Betty. I'm your host. Well, I'm not the host tonight. My niece has been dying to interview me on my television show, and I said, well, I'll give you a chance to do that today. So, Keena, you are the host, and I am the guest.
Okay. All right, well, thank you so much for allowing me to speak with you today. The first question I know people are probably wondering is, tell us a little bit about you.
Man, you know, I am a person that does not like to sit still. I'm always doing something all the time. Not only do I have this television show that I've been doing it for over 6 years, but I just finished my doctorate degree. I'm teaching an online class right now. In a few more months, I'll be teaching a class at one of the universities here in Charlotte. And I have a TV show.
Okay.
And a social life. And I work. So I'm a very busy person.
Well, to start off, congratulations, Dr. Thompson.
Thank you very much.
It's very exciting. Now, I just want to ask you just automatically, how was your experience getting your degree?
You know, I went to undergrad at Wingate University, and that was away from home when I stayed on campus my first 2 years, and I had a little bit too much fun, so I had to come out, but I eventually went back to get my undergrad degree from Wingate. I worked, I went to school full time. I did both of that.
Okay.
It was tough, but I did it. I was determined to get a college degree because I wanted so much more for myself. And then I got a job, of course, and I worked, and I got bored. Like I told you before, I like to stay busy, so I decided to get my master's. So I got it in business because I work in a business office for the city of Charlotte.
Okay.
And so after that, after I finished my master's, I got bored again. So I got to thinking, I said, you know, Cynthia, you like providing information to people and educating people. You should get your doctorate so you can teach on a college level. Well, you can teach on a college level with your master's, but it's so much better if you have your doctorate degree. And so I finished that, and I'm teaching now, and I don't know what else I'm going to do. I'm thinking about writing a book. Yes. And like I told you from the beginning, I don't like to sit still.
Very busy.
Yes.
Transitioning to another hat that you obviously wear. So you said you've been on public access for 6 years?
About 6 years, yes.
What would you say made you the most nervous when you first started?
On my very first interview, I was terrified.
What?
I had a little cards with questions, and thank goodness the first person I interviewed, I won't forget that her name was Jennifer. She's married now, I don't know her married name, but she is over the stormwater services in Charlotte, and she talked about how the different pipes work that's under the ground and how things flow with stormwater and why we pay stormwater fees. So it was a learning experience, not just for me, but for my crew too. And that's really the reason why I started doing this show, so I could educate people about how things work in Charlotte and different agencies where they could go and get things done. And my show has grown so much that I have a little bit of everything on now. I have people cooking, I have kids on here, people doing exercises, doctors, you name it. Everybody's been on my show pretty much.
Okay. Now I know you've been doing this for a while, but what would you say has been your most memorable blunder? Like, have you totally screwed up?
Yeah. You know, I do speak English. Well, I've done a couple of things wrong. I do speak English, but for some reason at the end of the show, I cannot say you right. I don't know why. My tongue gets all turned around and twisted up, and it comes out wrong every time. I can't get it right.
Okay.
And also, one show, we had a cooking show, and this Italian lady, she was cooking this Italian dish, and we had an egg, and I picked it up and handed it to her, and it dropped on the floor. And I'm not much of a cook anyway, so that just shows that I'm not much of a cook. So that was pretty funny too, but we've had a lot of fun on this show.
Okay. Well, I think it might be time for us to take a commercial break really quickly.
Okay.
And when we come back, we're going to get more questions into you and your personal life.
Oh, gosh. All right.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
Do your part. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank today.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Hi, welcome back to Better You. Today, I am your host, Tina Nolan, and I'm interviewing our usual host, Dr. Cynthia Thompson. So far we know that you are done with your doctorate degree. We know that you do a little bit of everything outside of your job. I honestly want to ask, do you have any advice for a person who might want a talk show just like you?
Oh my gosh, they should do it. Don't be afraid. I was so afraid at first, but it's so much fun. And I tell you, Keena, the way I started this show, I was a member of Toastmasters.
Oh.
And at the time, I was the VP of Education. And I made a suggestion that, well, maybe we should record the speeches and then go back and review them. And so one of the young ladies in Toastmasters with us said, well, Cynthia, you should go to public access and learn how to use all the equipment. So I said, well, okay. That's kind of how I did it. Okay. So I came here and I thought maybe I would want to show about Toastmasters and people giving different types of speeches. But then as I went along, I was like, that might not be a very good show, people giving speeches. So I was thinking, well, what am I going to do? And since I worked for the government, I said, a lot of people don't know about the services that the government offers. So I have a show educating people about that. And that's just kind of how it happened, and it's going on. And believe it or not, Keena, I have won several awards for my show.
I can see why.
I was so excited the very first time the show was the Charlotte Purple Steppers. And oh my God, believe it or not, I got up and danced at the very end. And a dancer I am not. And I think that's why I may have won, because I got up and I was involved and engaged with the people dancing. And the second award I got was for a tour of a fire station, which was really interesting to see what it's really like at a firehouse and all the different things they do and all the things that they do that people don't even know about. Did you know that we have 2 firehouses that have water rescue?
I didn't know that.
The one on Wilkerson Boulevard and the one on Central Avenue. That those folks are trained to use all the equipment and do water rescues whenever there's flooding in the Charlotte area. Wow. And also, and I haven't done this show yet, but I want to do a show at Lake Norman where they have the water rescue, those people that do that out there on the lake. But that's a future show.
Okay, so you are saying that you plan to continue with the Better You. Okay, great.
Yes, I love it. And the crew is nice with me and they work with me well. In fact, I have a core crew that I work with. And everybody here, they're volunteers. None of us get paid to do this, so we are doing it for fun. But I kind of give them a hard time anyway. I tell them I'm a boss, but not really. We're all the boss. We all wear the hat from time to time when we need to.
So talking about your crew, is it a big staff that helps you put this show together, or how does that work?
No, I have 3 main people that I work with. And after, like I told you before, you have to be trained to use the equipment. And after people are trained, they have to do labs. I always call them, we get a list of names, and I call them, they help me too. So that they can get some experience using the equipment and asking me questions about how to get started, to talk about their shows and give them advice. In fact, I mentored one young lady that has a show here at Public Access to help her get along. She's doing very, very well right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
It seems like you sound like you have a pretty good tie with the community and what's important to your viewers. So what would you say is the most exciting part about having viewers? Like, is that cool for you to have fans almost?
Oh my God, it is. The very first time somebody said, I saw you on TV. I was like, oh my God, yes, I was on TV. You watched my show. And now people talk about it all the time. I have a YouTube channel and people get to watch it. I have a website. People go to it.
Tell us the information. Shameless plugs.
It's called A Better You Show.
Okay.
And
Easy
it's
to
on
remember.
YouTube. And all of my shows are there.
All of them?
And tons of shows.
6 years of shows?
Tons and tons. And it keeps growing too.
Okay. Well, I think it's time for us to have another commercial break. When we come back, we have loads more questions to ask you.
Okay.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. Let's catch them before it's too late. To start helping students in your community, visit boostup.org.
I see it!
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
G-Morning, sunshine. Wakey, wakey. You up? What'd you dream about? Me? JK. Text me back. I'll keep texting till you wake up. Are your parents home later? Is this something I did? Exclamation point, question mark? This isn't a joke. Hello? Text me.
Hi, welcome back to Better You. My name is Keena and I'm here interviewing your host that's usually here every week. And I just want to ask, because you're so busy, you told us about your education, what you're doing in school, you told us about your job a little bit. I just want to know, what do you plan to do next since you've already done so much?
So the main thing I want to do, and it's really important to me, and I'm going to get my niece to help me once I get it off the ground and running. I want to start a nonprofit organization that's going to prepare our black females for leadership roles. I think now in the workplace you see more and more women in leadership roles, and when I was growing up and in school, no one taught me that skill. No one taught me the soft skills that you need, how to resolve conflicts, how to be a team player, how to negotiate anything. I never learned those things. And so I want to create a foundation where I can do that with some teenage girls, maybe sophomore, junior high schoolers. So once I settle down, take a deep breath, I'm going to get that started and running, because I have a rough outline of what I want to share with them, some activities and some speakers to come and speak to them, and maybe create some internships for them with the city or with some other businesses. That's my really dream. And I'm leaning towards calling it Future Leaders of the Carolinas.
Oh,
that's what
nice.
I'm thinking about. That name has been stuck in my head, so it's going to happen. So
I'm
get
very
ready.
Excited.
Yes.
You have so much going on. Now I want to ask a little personally, just a quick question. When you have all these things keeping you busy, what in your mind keeps you motivated? Like when you get up in the morning?
You know what keeps me going is I like to give back and educate people. And in my role on my 9-to-5 job, that's kind of what I do too. I provide people with information or what they need to do. I work in HR, and I provide them with information. I help them, and I've always been one that wanted to help someone else, because I believe that's why we were put here, to help others. We weren't put here to be selfish.
Right.
And what kind of life is that? We keep all our gifts to ourselves. We're supposed to share them.
Do you think that your everyday job has helped you in all your other activities? Or has it more so shown you, what you want to do something a little bit different? How has it helped you?
Yes, my job I do 9-to-5 has helped me, and it showed me where black females aren't prepared to be the leaders in the workplace.
I agree.
Yes. And I think it's time for us to do something for them, to get them ready, the generation coming after you, to get them ready to take on the leadership roles.
Okay. Now, you don't talk very much about yourself, but outside of your education and your job and your foundation you want to start, what's like your biggest, like what really is your passion in your heart? Like what makes you want to do all of this? I know giving back to the community, but it's like, you know, I'm your family. Do you think about us?
Oh, yeah, I do spend time with the family, too. I squeeze some time in there for them. I have a gang of nieces and nephews, but I have 2 that's here in Charlotte, and like you. And I try really hard to carve out some time with them. I like to take them out on short mini trips. Normally it's to the beach or to the mountains, somewhere close by, so that we can just spend some time together, because I don't have any kids of my own. And when I get old, they're going to have to take care of me.
Right.
And I want them to remember that I took them to the beach away from their mom so they could have some fun.
Right.
And man, and I am the fun aunt, I
Absolutely.
must say.
Now we'll ask another question, because most people don't know this about you.
Uh-oh.
You love to travel.
Yes.
So now you have to tell your viewers just a little bit about your favorite trips that you've taken.
Oh my God, I've been so many places.
Everywhere.
But I think my most favorite trip was when I went to Aruba. You know, in the Caribbean, the islands, the water is crystal clear. And one day, it was a friend girl, and I, we went there together. And we were in the beach, right? And the water was maybe up to our knees. And we saw these people there feeding the fish bread. And so we got some bread, and we fed the fish too. And you could feel them just swimming around you. And I will never forget that experience.
Really nice.
And also, I know you know this, but my viewers don't, but I'm sort of an adventuresome person. I've done some wild and crazy things. I've been parasailing, zip lining. What else have I done fun? Jet skis, and some other things. I just like to do things like that. I would like to go parachuting one day, skydiving, tandem. That's with somebody else doing the work.
Okay.
I'm just there for the ride.
Yeah, we want you to come back.
Yeah. I want to go in a hot air balloon.
What?
So I like doing fun stuff too, and I think that's why my nieces like going with me. In fact, a few weeks ago, I took one of my nieces to the beach and we went parasailing.
I'm sure that was
loved
fun.
it. It was so much fun.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. We rope it up, cause we know how to jump. We roll it out, cause we know how to skate. We'll cut it down, cause we know what to eat. We'll swap it out, we eat healthy stuff. Can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. Can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. Yeah, well, come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. We'll ball it up, cause we know how to hoop. We'll mess around, cause we know how to play. We'll drop it down, cause we know how to dance. We'll veg it up, veg night and day. Can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. All in together now, we can make it better now.
Search We Can to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day to keep you and your kids healthy.
I see it.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
A single ember that escapes from a wildfire can travel more than a mile. That single ember can ignite and destroy your home or even your community. You can't control where that ember will land, only what happens when it does. Get Fire Adapted now at fireadapted.org.
$7,000 high school students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. We can keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
Well, I'm glad that you came to sit and talk with me, allow me the opportunity to interview you. And I hope that your viewers now see that you are very busy, but you're very passionate about the community and those around us. So do you want to take them out?
Well, I guess I'll put on my host hat.
Yeah, I don't want to take your job.
Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching my show at Better You here on Public Access 21 every Wednesday night at 6 p.m.